You always want the right advice and the right people in your corner when it comes to legal advice, which is why I'm joined by Brent and Christian of Stewart Law Offices. All right, Christian, so how is disability determined in a workers' comp case?
So there is a ratings guide that I will not bore you with going in because half the time the doctors don't even like to use the ratings guides. That being said, it's a formula that the doctors use based on your abilities with that body part, depending on the body part. Like I said earlier, the doctors don't always go off of the guides. And so one doctor may give you a 5% disability rating. In North Carolina, you're entitled to a second opinion on that rating. And you're entitled to pick a doctor that can give you a different rating based on an evaluation. So you want to get your initial disability rating from the doctor that's treated you the entire time all the way through. But if it's something you don't disagree with, you can talk to your lawyer about getting another opinion.
These disability ratings are something that's batted back and forth with the insurance companies and the lawyers. They follow guidelines, and there's the 5th edition book and the 6th edition book, and some lawyers like the 5th, some like the 6th, and lawyers and insurance companies and defense lawyers can fight about these for hours on which book to use. But the bottom line is a commissioner is going to look at the situations in your case. They're going to see the impairment, and then they're going to consider how that impairment affects your ability to do the job. And that's the important thing, is having a lawyer ask the right questions so the commissioner can see how this is affecting your life, and most importantly, how it's affecting your ability to get back to work and earn the living that you did before the accident. Under the workers' comp system, you can either be totally disabled, which is the worst thing that can happen to you. Then you can have an impairment to a body part, which you're able to go back to work, and they'll pay you for that disability to the body part. But there's also a third procedure, and that's called loss of earning capacity. And that's when they go in and they determine, well, you were making $50 an hour before this accident, you can't do this job anymore. So now you can go back to a job, and then you need to get a vocational expert to say, but the most you'll make is $15, $20 an hour. So you have a $30 loss of income. So, and that's the third procedure that you can go to get recovery. So another reason that's important for a personal injury lawyer is they know where to place you in that spectrum. So you're not getting paid for just a body part when it's really going to affect your ability to earn wages in the future, partially or totally.
And if it does affect your ability to earn wages in the future partially, it's important to try and get a lawyer that knows how to provide the evidence showing where your wage is going to be 5 years from now, because that's tough to decipher.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Christian. The right advice and the right team in your corner. That's exactly what Stewart Law Offices does for the community.
This segment of QC Life was sponsored by Stewart Law Offices.